project 40 of this course. So in this video we are going to be creating a accordion component project by just using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So in the previous videos I can remember the project number, but we already built accordion component by just using HTML and CSS. But in this video we are going to be also applying a JavaScript to it. Okay, so if you click on this one, so here you can see it unlock uses these text right here. So if you click on this one, it will collapse this one and it will also give us these text right here. Okay, it will expand this one and collapse that one. So this is what we are going to be building by just using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So without wasting any further time, now let's jump right into our code editor and write our code. Alright guys, so welcome to the 40 project of this course. So in this video we are going to be creating an accordions component by just using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So let's just create a folder, give a name of like 40 and then accordions. Okay, so inside this folder we are going to be creating three files. The first one will be index.html, second one will be style.css, and the third one will be app.js. Okay, so starting from the first one, which will be index.html. So here inside this HTML we are going to be writing like accordion right here. Now let's just link it with our CSS file and our JavaScript file as well. And now let's just hide this metadata from there and then just save our file, right click on it and open with a live server. Alright, so now we are live. So the next thing which you have to do for HTML is to first of all create a content container. Inside this content we are going to be first of all writing a title of like, I don't know, JavaScript will be fine. And then underneath this title we are going to be writing our items right here. So the first class we have to give it is like accordion item. Okay, and inside this accordion item we would have another nested class like accordion item header. Okay, so inside this header we would have a title like accordion item header, not header, but now in this case it will be a title. Okay, so what is JavaScript? Underneath that we are going to be providing our icon. So I'm going to just write span with the class of icon, and underneath that we are going to be writing our accordion body. So I'll just write like accordion item body. Okay, so here we are going to be placing our accordion items body content. So I'll just write like accordion item body and then content. Okay, so here we are going to be placing the content. So now let's just search for like what is JavaScript in Google Chrome. So now let me just copy these text from here and paste it underneath this body, save it, and this is our first component header. Okay, so this will be our first question. So now let's just grab this item from there, or you know, here we have to just provide our divider as well. So we are going to be just writing like divider, and that's that. So now the next thing which you have to do is to just duplicate this item a few times. So I'm going to just select from this accordion items div right here. So I'm going to just select there, from there and through this divider right here. So I'm going to just duplicate. So like the first question we would have is like what is JavaScript? Duplicate it, what will be like Java and JavaScript, and then can I learn JavaScript without a Java, and what's the difference between JavaScript and ECMAScript? So that's that. So now let's just change the HTML. So I'll just zoom out a bit so that we can see everything a bit clear. So this is the first question. So the second question we would have is that Java and JavaScript. Okay, and now let's just change that. Let me just copy this text and put it in our Chrome so that we can get results. Alright, so is Java and JavaScript the same? No, they aren't. So now let me just copy that and paste it right here inside this body. And then the next question we have is, can I learn on JavaScript without Java? Indeed. Okay, so that's that. So now let's copy this text and paste it in a Google Chrome and just search for that. And now let's just copy that. Okay, so let me just paste it right here. And now here, this one will be now equals to JavaScript and ECMAScript. Copy both of them and paste it right here. And now let me just search for that, like copy it and paste it right here. And now let me just copy this one as well. So that's that. Copy it and paste it right here. And I'm gonna just change this one to a symbol of and save our file, and this is how it looks like right now. Okay, so now let's jump right into a CSS and we are going to be styling it. So I'm going to just zoom in a bit so that we can see everything a bit clear. And here we are going to be first of all writing our resets. So I'll just write like margin will be 0, padding will be 0, and everything is 0. Now let's jump into our body, and now let's just style our body. So the display will be like, because we want everything to be center, and then font family will be sans serif, save it, and this is how it looks like right now. All right, so now the next thing which you have to grab is this content right here. So now let me just copy it and paste it right here. Display will be totally flex, justify content will be center, and flex direction will also be column. And then we have to just write a margin top of 20 pixel, and text align will be center, and max width we will just give them like 600 pixel will be fine, and background color will be just RGBA, and 1211 in 11, and alpha transparency will be 0.7 at 6. Okay, so that's the color. Now let's just add a little bit of padding to it, to like 4M and 5M, and then border radius will be 10 pixel, and height will be 65%. Save file, and this is how it looks like right now. The first thing I'll do is I'll just select this title, and now let's just format that a bit. So this is the title which I'm talking about. So now let me just get that and paste it right here, and I want to just change the font size of it to like 1.5 rem, and font weight will be 700, not pixel no whatsoever, and the color will be totally white. Save it, and this is how it looks like right now. Okay, so the next thing which you have to do is to just get into each of the components. So now let's just style that, which is, first of all, we have to select this accordion item, and now let me just get this accordion item right here, and we have to provide a little bit of text align of center, and width will be 90%. Save it, and this is now totally center right here. So now let's just get our header. So now let me just get this header I'm talking about. So dot and paste it right there. Okay, so now here we are going to be providing our display of flex to it. Justify content will be space between, and then we have align items of center, and we have a gap of like 1M would be fine, and then we have a min height of 3.5 rem, and then we have to work with the cursor pointer. Save it, and this is how it looks like currently, all of them. So now let's just jump right into the title. So now let's just style the title, this title I'm talking about. Copy it, go to our CSS, select it, and just write like color will be just RGBA 255, and then 255 here. Not okay, I messed up. So 0.758, and it will be just a 2.55. Okay, font size will be just a little bit of increase, like 1.125 rem, and then font weight will be just 400, and then text align will be left. Save file, and this is how it looks like, the titles. Okay, so the titles are looking good. The next thing which you have to do is to just left align these titles and make it a bit bigger and whatnot. All right, so now let's just get our content, which is this content right here. So now let me get that. Oh, you know what, before getting into that, first of all, let's just select this body. So now let's style this body right away. So here we are going to be passing like max height of 0, and then we have to give them an overflow of hidden, and transition will be, let me just write, our transition will be just a max height of 0.3 seconds. Ease out. Save it, and this is how it looks like right now, because we are styling this side. So first of all, we have to comment it out, or you know, we will just comment this hidden property. So this is now looking good. So the next thing which you have to do is to get our accordion items body content. It's kind of a long class, and then just select that, and now let's just provide a width of 80%, and then the padding top will be just like 1M, and color will be totally white, and then text align will be left. Okay, text align will be left. Save our file, and now it's looking cool, but we cannot see all of them. So the next thing I would do is that let me just comment out the other one, like the rest of them, and just leave the one which is that one. So let me just comment all of them. Save our file. So now we can just work with the one component. So this is the first one, and we have a divider we have a divider. Okay, so I just messed up selecting from this place to the rest of them until this one. Now just comment it out, save it, and now it's looking a bit better so that we can just see all of them. So now the next thing which you have to do is to style or icon, which is right there. So now let me just get this icon and then just provide like a display of flex to it. Justify corner will be center, align items will be center, flex shrink will be 0, and then border will be just 2 pixels solid. Okay, and then write like width of 35, not 35 but just 34 pixels. And let me just duplicate, the height will be also 34 pixels. Color will be this kind of color like F7, F8, and then FC. Okay, this will be the color. And now let's just write a transition. Come on, transition of color and 0.45 seconds. Okay, and then the position will be relative as well. Border radius will be 100%. Save our file. And this is how it looks like right here. So now let's just add a before and after selector for it so that we can have that kind of arrow. So now let's just write that. Let me just get my icon first of all, and now let's just provide a before selector. The content will be nothing because we want nothing to be as a content of this before, and position will be just absolute, and width will be 14, come on, 14 pixel, and height will be just 2 pixel, and background color will be just totally white, and border radius will be 20 pixel, and pointer events will be all, and then transition will be just like all 0.3 seconds is in and out. Save it, and this is how it looks like right now. Okay, so this will be the disable state, and now let's just provide, I mean like this will be the before state, and now let's just provide the after state. So like I'll just write like icon and after, and then just write a content, and content will be empty, position will be absolute, and then width will be 2 pixel, and then height will be 14 pixel, and then we have a background of totally white. Okay, and border radius will be 20 pixel, and let's just add a transition to it as well. So like all 0.3 seconds, 3 seconds is in and out. Save it, and this is now looking cool. Like this is a plus icon, so whenever we click on there, so you want it to be just like minus. Alright, so that's that. So now let's just provide classes for JavaScript. So it should be rotate when it's active, so I'll just write like JavaScript classes or whatnot. So I'll just select like accordion items, item header. Okay, so when that's active, when we have active class, so we want to get this icon before state, and here we just want to write like transform and rotate it with 180 degree. So I'll just write like 180 degree, and that's that. So you know what, I'm gonna just duplicate one more time and then change this before to after, and then change this one to 90 degree. And finally, let's work with our divider, which is this divider right here. We give a class of divider. So here now let's just select our divider. Alright, there's a lot of divider, and then width will be 100%, height will be 1 pixel, and margin will be just 10 pixel 0, 10 pixel 0. Okay, and then background color will be just hexadecimal DAE A1F5. Save it, and this is how it looks like currently right now. So this is kind of our divider. So I guess that's gonna be it, but first of all, let me just unhide that. I mean like uncomment this overflow of hidden, so we cannot see this right now. And also let's just uncomment these coding. So now I'm gonna select it through here, save it, and this is how it looks like right now. Okay, so now let's just add our JavaScript to it and a little bit of functionality. So for JavaScript, we would need a few things. So now let's just get our items header. So I'll just write like item headers, and it will be now equals to document.query selector all. Okay, so now let's just select that like accordion item, and then we just have to select our header, and now log that to the console like item headers. Save it. Let's just open our developer tools. If you click on that, so it will now give us all of these accordions right here. Okay, so now let's remove that. So the next thing which you have to do So the next thing which you have to do is that we have to iterate over through these item headers. So we are going to be just writing like item headers dot for each. Then we want each of the accordion, so you're going to be just writing like accordion, and now you want to just add event listener for that, like accordion add event listener of click. So whenever we click on that, so we want a function to happen. So what will be the function name? The function name will be collapse accordion. Okay, so this will be the function name. So now let me just create this function right here, like collapse accordions and accordions, and it should also be accordions, collapse accordions. All right, so now let's just get our active accordion. So I'll just write like active accordion. Okay, and it will be now equals to document.query selector, not all but just one accordion, and it will be now equals to active. Okay, so that's that. The next thing which we have to do is to check our condition. If active accordions, and we want to check the active accordions is not equal to accordion. Okay, so this accordion which is right here, so if this is not equal to that, so then we have to just write like active accordion dot class list dot toggle, and now let's just toggle this active class which we wrote right here. Let me just show you that for a JavaScript. So this is that active class right here. So this is that, and the next thing which you have to do is to just get our active accordions dot next element sibling, and now you want to style the max height to it, max height, and it will be now not style name but just style, and then the max height, it will be now equals to 0. Okay, so now here let me just hit enter so we can have a little bit of space in there. If this is true, so then work with this code. If this is not true, then just run this code, which will be accordion dot class list dot toggle the class of active. Okay, so the next thing which you have to grab is const accordion item body. So I'll just write accordion item body. It will be now equals to accordion dot next element sibling. Okay, so like this accordion next element sibling. So now let's just get that, and then let's just finally check this condition, like if accordion dot class list dot contains this active class, so then you want to just print the result of it to like accordion item body. I mean, like, let me just copy this one and paste right here, dot style dot max height, and it will be now equals to accordion item body. Let me place it one more time, and then scroll height, and it will be now equals to, now let's just add a pixel to it. Okay, so that's that. And then if that's not true, so then we are going to be writing that accordion body, accordion item body dot style dot max height, and it will be now equals to 0. Okay, so it shouldn't have to be accordion. So we want to get this active accordion and paste it right here. So here you can see everything is working the way we expect him to work right here. Okay, so that's that. So now let me just review the code one more time. All right, so now the first thing we have is like we are getting all of the items, all of the accordion item headers, which are these headers right here. Okay, the next thing we are doing is like we are iterating over through all of these elements, and then we are just attaching add event listener to it. So whenever we click on some button like some these accordion, so this function will fire. So what is this function? This function is first of all getting all of the actives. So if the active accordion and active accordion is not equal to this accordion right here, and then it will just toggle the classes on this active accordion component right here. So if this class is available on this active accordion component, so it will just remove it. So if this class is not available on this active accordion component, it will just add that active class on it. Okay, and then the next thing it will do there, it will just set the min height to 0 right here of that active accordion component. Alright, so if this line of code is true, so then run this code. If that's not true, so then jump right into this one. So then we have this accordion, which is this accordion right here. It means like all of these accordions right here. So we are just toggling the class. If this class is available, so remove it. If this class is not available, so then add it. Then we are getting the accordion item body. So this will be that accordion which we are placing right there, and we are just changing the next element sibling of it. Then we have a if and else check right here. So if this accordion, like this accordion dot class list contains this active, so we want to set the min height of this accordion item body to this and scroll height, and you want to add this pixel right there. And the final, if this is not true, then jump to the else block, and then we have this accordion item body, and we're just setting the max height of it to just 0 right here. Okay, so this is what I want to show you in this video. So now we create our accordion component by just using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So that was quite simple and easy. So now if you guys don't know about Git and GitHub, so feel free to skip this video and jump right into the next project. And if you do know Git and GitHub and you want to push your code into your GitHub repository, so this is what I'm going to do right now. Alright, so now we are working inside a O40 project, so I'll just select my Git bash right here and remove that PowerShell from there. And now let's just write like Git on status, so it will now give us O14 git add everything, and then git commit -m. And now let's just add like accordion component, or just accordion will be fine. Okay, so that's that. So now let's just push it into our GitHub repository. Okay, so now we successfully push our code into our GitHub repository, and now let's just refresh it and we will see O40 project. Alright, so now let me just check it really quickly. So here you can see we have this accordion component right here, and if you check the JavaScript code, so here you can see that's the JavaScript code, and if you check the index.html code, so this is the index.html code, and finally we have the style.css file right here. Okay, so you can just download this repository and you can just tweak things out if you want to. Alright, so I guess that was it about tonight's video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.